Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe if you like it. Certainly comment and notification bell so you get all my notifications. I got a truckload of videos out there from all sorts of any kind of cooking you want to do. So I did a recipe a while back. It was my beans and rice with skirt steak, because that's the way I like to serve it. And people were like, "Well, you know, beans and rice is a meal in itself." I said, "Yeah, but I like to add a little protein to it." So I did some kind of experimenting, and I came up with another version, and I wanted to show it to you. So we're going to start right off. This is my chicken. So basically, I have a chicken breast. I got some oil here. It's getting pretty toasty. Kind of keeping with the flair of the beans and rice, I wanted to put a little flavor in the protein. So I have this really great, it's really made for ribs, but it's kind of a sweet and smoky. It's just going to add a little bit of flavor to the chicken. I like a little chili powder. Once again, chili powder is always good. And I want a little cayenne pepper. Not much. I just want to make sure that we've got some heat coming through when I do this. So hopefully I put enough on here, we'll see. So I can dump some, flip it over. Yeah, that should be just most excellent. And on all sides, all the places. This is going to give me kind of a little bit of a crust to it. Oil's hot. Wash my hand. Basically, I got this pretty toasty. It's a little more than medium heat. And the thing is, it's like when you're grilling, you want to get the grill nice and hot. You can always turn it down, but you want to get it. You just need to get, depending on the style of your grill, you know, it's got flavor bars or something, but you need to really get the grate nice and hot so you get a good sear. With my grill, you know, 20 minutes. Also, it keeps you having to clean it, just burns everything off. But you know, you want to get. I don't want to get my pans. You know, I'm not going to turn them on high, but I want to make sure you're getting all that metal heated, and especially if you use electric, which I have a hard time doing since I've been cooking with gas for so long. But if you have to, just remember you got to kind of pick your temperature setting on your stove, because it takes so long to either cool down or heat up more. And you know, we don't want to leave our meat or whatever out to room temperature or some steaks, but I've already talked about that. It's really pouring outside, or I would have grilled it, but all of a sudden, about 10 minutes ago, the clouds opened up. And this is one of the recipes where I'm actually got to cook the chicken, because it's not going to really be reheated. So that's why I'm just kind of letting it be. And it smells really good, by the way. I just thought I'd add that. So I got another camera which I'm going to give you some overhead shots with. But two things I ran into is I got to figure out, well, I've got to figure it out, I just have to finish it, mounting it. And the other thing is, I'm concerned about if you're cooking something that's really splattering or really steaming, I'm not sure how well the camera's going to hold up. So you got to work all these things out. But I promise you, hopefully my next video, we're going to get some overhead shots for you. Speaking of shots, yesterday they had a bacon festival. All food that's bacon and all beer that's bacon. Not sure how that went, but I thought it was an amusing idea. Alright, I really do want to see what this looks like. Now, if you saw one of my previous videos, I was complaining I couldn't find any of my tongs that weren't metal. So I did find them. These were my Target specials for like $3. I'll have to see how they work, but worked good for now. Didn't have a whole lot of options, so. Alright, here we go. Definitely got a lot of nice color on that chicken. Smells really good. So whenever you're doing food like this, always remember that you can always have the oven on and throw it in the oven when you're like, just need to give it a couple more minutes. 350, and that'll give you a chance to get everything else put together. Might have to do that in this case. So the other thing is, I buy boneless chicken breasts, like in the multi-pack when it's on sale, because it's the way you gotta be these days, right? And you always have the really nice, plump, beautiful breasts that you can use for all sorts of meals. And then I kind of segregate out the ones that are smaller, or just not going to be the easiest for like slicing, because I like to slice them in half to make the meals with. And these work really great for this kind of meal, because ultimately we're going to just slice it up. While that's cooking, so I have my Unitasker, that is my rice cooker. I really resisted until a few years ago. Got a great deal on it from one of those big stores, and I'm always pretty happy with it. Cooks rice perfectly, and it really saves me a lot of headaches. So I have to admit, I don't like things that I only use for specific purposes, but in this case I'll bite the bullet, and I use it a lot. It's like a toaster. I don't eat a lot of toast or breakfast, but it's kind of nice to have a toaster, because I love making bagels, and I've done shows on bagels and other things. So yeah, I guess there are a couple things out there that you just have to bite the bullet. So as far as the beans go, you can make homemade beans. You can probably pick up some beans wherever, but it's been actually hard to find lately. Thank goodness I had 3 cans stashed. But there's a company out there make these little sidekicks, they're called, and they're beans that are really well flavored. And to me that's fine. But if you want, you can just take, and I've done this lots of times, take yourself some black beans, maybe saute some onions and a little jalapeno, and just stir them in. You don't want to get them too dry, and you don't want to overcook them. You just really want to heat them through, so you want to get everything else cooked. It's really pretty easy to do. I hear the rain still pouring. The other thing is I was always worried about if I do overhead shots, you're going to see really how dirty this gets really quickly when I'm cooking. But that's what happens when you cook. Y'all can't have sets where someone's running around making sure they're going to spot us. I've been watching a TV show, cooking show, that they spill a pot of something. Miraculously, like 10 seconds later, the stove's perfectly clean again. I don't get that. I don't have that luxury. I want to know where they get some of the food they get. You know, some of the produce. And it's been tough lately getting stuff. But anyway, so I think this is a good point. Let's double check here. And back. I turn the stove down, kind of splattering, so that's why I'm standing back. Maybe I stand back here. I don't want to get my lovely clothes off. Probably. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Alright, I'm going to turn this off, let it cool. I'm going to throw this in the oven just to keep it warm, so it can go over everything else. Alright, so let's figure out how we're going to do this. So, you can do this on a plate. I like to have a nice big round bowl. It's like this is my pasta. This is like my whatever. I mean, it's great for soup too because it holds a lot of soup. All right, gonna give the chicken a minute. Gonna be right back and get this all put together. So we're gonna see you back here in just a moment. Okay. So we're here where we left off. Let's put this together. Got my beautiful bowl here. Got a rag so I don't burn my fingers. Since this is stick free, I'm going to use a nylon spoon. I just have to kind of break it up a little bit. So just put some rice on the bottom. Like I said, these are my pre-made beans. Taste really good. I think these are the Caribbean ones. Use a combination of different beans in here. I always want to get more beans than rice. Oh, that sounds like beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna get my chicken. Need a glove for that because it's gonna be toasty. how do you know when the chicken's done? Well, we always talk about the magic. So I have a little thermometer here. And this is still it's talking. Alright. So on mine it's so idiot proof. This is my like $8 special. And put this right up here. Because I know the piece of chicken is really hot. You can hold it with a fork. Alright. Moment of truth. So all we're going to do, and I could have hooked this up and put it in the oven as a reminder, but you have to think that after you get it out of the oven, it's going to continue cooking for a little bit. So let's see. So there's always that first part of the probe that's really sensing. I don't know if you can see that real well. You know, so we want to try and imagine that this first part gets somewhere in the center. So I'm going to start by finding the fattest part in a little bit. It's going to take a second. Perfect. Can you believe that? But if you're ever not sure, that's the way you do it. And for all those people that were doubting me, but it is nice to have a thermometer, especially if you're not sure. All right. So this is chicken. I just want to cut some nice thin slices here and see how she looks. Fortunately, I'm right-handed, so you're all going to have to wait a minute. You can see this is really juicy. It's beautiful chicken. Smells really good. Okay, so beans and rice is about the beans and rice. It's not about the chicken, but I definitely want to get some of this chicken in here. So it's got some nice slices of chicken. This looks absolutely amazing. This is a lunch. There's enough for dinner, but I just wanted to make some little lunch for myself. And the rain has stopped, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. So, what are we going to top it with? Well, I like some nice hot salsa I put on here. And of course, some raw onion, you throw it on top. And this is good to go. I think this is really great. Something simple. It's kind of impressive how it all looks. So please, I want you to subscribe, hit the notification, and certainly please comment. Let me know what you think, try it. If you got some great bean recipe, let me know. And maybe next time I'll focus on making the beans instead of everything else. And show you how to make a big old pot of beans to go with this. Alright, so remember, I always want you to have fun. Get your family involved and let's do some cooking. I'll see you later.